Have you ever felt?
Are you listening? Damn. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Putting some Kydex on the bow and stern here. So we've melted it, taped it, letting it harden. Very happy with the results. The orange matches the orange on the boat. I'm going to put one here on the back. So the Kydex comes in sheets like this. And we're cutting it to the same width as Keel Easy, right around 2 inches. And molding it with heat over the wear points on the boat. Heat gun. And we've put in the Yak Hobby adapter plate for the transducer, and I've got the 56 Garmin transducer on here, matching the one that I have on the John boat. Heated, now we're taping it, letting it cool along what we figure will be the wear area, depending on how shallow things are when you pull on them or whatever, but that gives a harder plastic to wear and something that can be removed and replaced if needed. So I went with Sikaflex 291. 291 to adhere the Kydex to the hull, and then we've taped it in place until that cures. So I've got along this portion of the keel, we went 12 inches, 12 inches? 24 inches. 24, yeah. I went 24-inch length, 2 inches wide. We formed it to the hull. I'm impressed by that material. So it becomes like rubber when you heat it, and not sticky. It just soft, and then it hardens super hard once it cools back down. So Sikaflex 291, I'm going to give that a try. I don't know how well that's going to work, but it'll give a little bit of a flex. Plus, it'll give me the adhesion. So just like when I do repairs and stuff on boats, we cleaned with acetone both the Kydex and then the hull, and then I use sandpaper on the Kydex and the hull to rough it up so the Sikaflex has something to grab. I mean, we shaped it first obviously with a heat gun to as we shaped a portion, and I wish I had videoed it, but I didn't. As we shaped a portion right here, I'd tape it in to hold it so it wouldn't open back up as it cooled. And you just work it all the way along. And then once you got it shaped properly, we removed it. Acetone first, then sanded both the Kydex on the inside, and then the portion of the hull that I was adhering it to. The way I did it is I took the piece off, put the Sikaflex on the inside, and I just rubbed it around with a gloved finger. So it was evenly distributed, and we'll see. Hopefully that works. Then we taped it on to hold it while it cures. And in the meantime, we started working on the top. The Autopilot set up so that you can run your wire up to this scupper right where the motor mount is, and in under the motor mount you can run your wire into the factory installed through hull kit. And then we're going to come out here. I just haven't run it yet. We're going to run back out through here with that through hull kit into my Garmin, and I've got a 95 SV head that goes on here. I think this is where I'm going to leave it. I'm kind of happy with that, and I may get a ram ball mount thing for it just so I can get it out of the way if I need to paddle. But that works really well with the placement of this. So my wiring from the transducer is going to come through this, and my power wire is going to come through here too, and I'll probably just zip tie it to this and then down and through for a clean install. And we are going to be running, I've got it over here, 100 amp hour eco-worthy lithium iron phosphate, is it, battery? I gotta change the wiring setup on this. But I was just looking at, thinking about putting the charger in the box with the battery, but I may not do that. And so we've got 100 amp hour battery for the drive. It's going to be a separate battery for the electronics so I don't get interference on the actual plotter and head. So I'm thinking, just in case I go to a live scope or whatever it's called, Garmin's I'm going to go with a 30 amp hour. It's going to go down in the hall here. That's what everybody's done so far that I've seen online, is they store it down in there. That way I can run my battery, my power cable from here, and it's just long enough that it's going to make it over there, but it's not very long what comes from the factory with it. So that's going to be all put in through this through hull until I get out in the water and start seeing how things work the way that they're set up. We installed the paddle clip on it as well. But yeah, getting closer to being ready. The other thing that's I've got a mount coming from Navarre, the offset mount. I think I've already talked about that. And then I've got to install the power pole micro. I think we're going to go there with that. And I think that's pretty much it. That's the drive, in case you've never seen one. That's the Autopilot drive there. So, I'm getting excited. Anyway, that's where we're at so far. And again, hopefully the skid plates work out. So we'll see. I'll let you guys know once they cure and see how it all worked. All right, bye for now.